So, hi Nathan, hi Kara.
Hi.
So, it's good to see you guys today.
Good to see you.
Thank you guys for doing your initial paperwork. I was kind of reading through it. So, I kind of wanted to talk to you and what's brought you in today?
Well, the main issue is just we want to solve our arguments and everything to have better communication and be able to talk to each other and solve our problems before it becomes a bigger issue.
Okay. And Kara, what about you?
The same.
The same?
Mm-hmm.
So, working on the communication?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking through your paperwork, you two have been together about a year and 3 months?
Yes.
Okay, and there's children involved?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many?
3.
3 children? And all from your relationship?
1 from me and my past relationship, and 2 from his past relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and how old are the children?
1's 3, and then 11 and 13.
Okay, so good.
And the older ones are my kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the 3-year-old's mine.
Okay, and those are boys?
Boys, 2 boys,
And
and
then
1 girl.
a girl.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have your hands full.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So going back to wanting to work on the communication skills, can you elaborate a little more on that?
Well, I mean, one of our issues is we argue and then we kind of just walk away and nothing gets solved, and then probably about 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, we're talking and laughing and we don't really solve the issue.
Right, and he's always right.
Okay, so he's always right.
Even when he's wrong, he's right.
But I'm mostly right.
No.
Okay. I see there's a little tension here. I see. Okay. When the argument happens, what normally happens after that?
It all depends. Sometimes it can be, a day where we're just mad at one another, or sometimes it could be 5 minutes and then we're okay.
Okay. Kara, when you become upset with Nathan, what is your normal pattern? Do you yell or do you?
Yeah, I yell.
You yell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
there any physical and
No.
okay,
Never.
it's just more verbal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
It's not like calling names. Like, I don't ever call him names. He never calls me names. It's more of just I think I'm trying to yell to get him to understand. I feel like if I'm talking, he doesn't understand, so I have to yell.
okay.
And even when I yell, he still doesn't understand.
Okay.
So then it gets me really frustrated, and then I just walk away.
So normally, if you just feel like you're not being heard, you'll walk
Mhm.
away.
Yeah.
Okay. And Nathan, how do you normally handle it?
Most of the time, I just want to get my point across, like actually explain the situation, like what actually happened in the situation, and what I was trying to get across when that situation happened. And then mostly what happens is whenever I start talking, she shuts down, and then she won't talk about anything. She's just yelling whatever she wants to yell and not listening to what I'm saying, and she'll just shut off.
Well, because I shut you off because I feel like you don't hear me.
Right, so
So why am I going to hear you when you're not even going to hear me?
Right, so she just shuts down and then says, "Oh, I'll talk to you about it later," and then goes off, and then later never comes.
Okay.
And then sometimes he says we'll talk about it later, and he doesn't give me that time to cool down, and he keeps on me, and then it gets worse.
Okay. So it seems like you have some anger when you become upset. How do you handle it when you're ready to talk? Do you come to Nathan and are you able to tell him this is what happened?
Usually when I know that I'm wrong, I usually come to him and tell him sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the case that you're not wrong or
No, I don't really bring it up. I just try to get him, I just try to get it to where,
Usually I just make you laugh, and then we're all
and then
good.
we're all,
so
we're
there's
okay.
some humor there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, we're really close, and I feel like we do have a good relationship. It's just the little arguments, and
And her not realizing
communication
I'm right.
is completely, we need better communication,
Okay.
definitely.
And her not realizing I'm right.
No.
Oh.
Okay. So the communication is a pretty big goal for the both of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And other than that, the relationship is pretty good in your
Yeah.
eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we're going to talk about the communication, have you tried anything in the past when you become angry to handle it in a different way?
Honestly, in the beginning, it wasn't. I didn't really get mad as much. I feel like, once you move in and, you start sharing your lives together, you argue about more things. And, I don't know, babe.
Yeah, and I'm more. I mean, mine is more sense. I'm more sense of humor guy. So like to solve the issue, it's more humor, and that's
Okay.
why at the very end we're laughing,
Okay.
and we don't really solve the problem.
Okay.
So,
So when you're saying the problem, is there a typical problem that you're arguing about? Is there a specific thing?
Yeah. Mine is he always thinks he's right. He always thinks that it's everybody else's fault, and it's never his own. If he drops something on his toe, he's going to blame it on someone else. He's not going to blame it on himself.
Okay.
Somehow he's going to find a way to blame it on somebody else.
Nathan, when you hear Kara say this, do you think that's true?
no,
He won't admit it. He won't.
I don't think she sees, like if somebody pushes something off of a cliff and it lands on my toe, I don't think because my toe was there, I'm the one that caused it. So, but a lot of things.
Okay.
But a lot of things, I think I am a little hard. Like, I expect her to realize what she did, and then she expects me that I should have been behind her checking up on her to make sure everything was right.
Oh.
Kind of like
You're talking about last night.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like one incident, she left all of Daisy's, which is a 3-year-old's bikes, in the way of the garage, and the garage didn't get shut, and we all went in, and because of sensor, and then so whenever we went back out there, I said, "Oh, the garage isn't shut," and then she
He
said,
was the last one in, though.
Yeah, and she said she shut it, and I was like, "Oh, it's because you left the bikes in the way of the sensors."
No,
But then she feels like I was just blaming her.
Yeah, but it's the way he says it. It's like, you really need to check. Like I feel like you were the last one out of the garage. You're the one that shut the garage. You should have made sure. I can't do everything.
Okay. So when you say you can't do everything, do you feel like sometimes it's like nitpicky stuff that you
Yeah.
can't ever do anything right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. And I feel like it's just been lately. I don't know if it's stress about work or what it is, but I feel like lately he gets mad over little things, and I feel like that's why I get kind of I build up I build something up, like every little thing he does, then I get real emotional because I feel like he's just on every little thing.
Okay. So it's nitpicky, and it's building up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kara, in the sense that you feel like you let these small things build up, how would you feel about maybe an exercise of when you two are not getting along or you're having an argument or a disagreement, looking at him and you guys could even try it now if you were to look at him and say, Nathan, when you do this, it makes me feel this way. Do you feel like maybe you guys can try it now? For like last night's instance, how would you communicate that to Nathan?
Babe, when you blame it on me, it makes me feel. When you try to blame everything on me, it makes me feel really crappy.
Okay. And Nathan, when you hear Kara say that, what did you hear her say?
Well, I just hear her thinking that I'm blaming her for everything, which it's not really blaming. It's more like, hey, look at what you're doing, so that way, whenever it happens again, you'll know what to look for to fix the problem. Like, if you're going to shut the garage, hey, I need to look for everything's out of the way, so the garage will shut. But I understand.
I know. I
understand
feel
you're
like
saying,
if he would have came out, if he would have been like, hey babe, next time make sure everything's in the garage, so when the garage shuts, it shuts. Not, hey, next time you got it, like more like on me about it. Not like, hey, next time will you make sure that everything's in the garage, so when the garage shuts, it shuts.
Okay. And do you feel like that's something you can do, Nathan?
oh yeah,
Okay.
why you gonna look at me like that?
Well, these seem to be very minor arguments,
Right, yeah.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But I do definitely see that there could be, you you definitely can work on some communication skills with one another and not allowing it to get so escalated where you're feeling like you have to shut down or remove yourself, and then not handling the problem after it's already occurred.
Right.
So just maybe when you leave today, that's an exercise